it's okay for me to feel discouraged because I'm human. Okay. I'm human. I cannot be on the top all the time. Nope. And after that, I will ask God, please send me someone to whom I'll be able to talk to. And usually that person is my sister. I'll take a moment to accept that, oh, I'm discouraged. But guess what? I will cry and I will go back to it. And I'm going to be 100% better than what I thought I could be. Renewing yourself doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in a state of like, oh, I'm super devastated, or maybe I'm not having a job, or maybe my husband is normal with me. It can be also because you are going from, steps to step. You're just like, rising and rising and rising. And at one point, you're on the top and you just feel like you're about to fall, and that's also a moment where you need to take a step back and actually renew yourself. Go.
That's my sister. That's my other side. Never need nobody else around. We catch a vibe. See us at the party. We active. Yeah, we getting live. Forever stick together. Together we gon' rise. That's my sister. We are high. Said come at 6, she there at 5. Need a talk. She gonna have 5.
Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. I feel like we're always laughing. This is beautiful. It's all about joy.
I know. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Hey Sis Podcast. My name is Sandra, and my co-host is...
Manuela.
She's Italian today.
Yeah. Maruella. I don't know. I think it's like Spanish people that say Maruella. Anyway.
I don't know. Okay.
Girl,
well,
me neither.
So welcome back, guys. We are super excited about today's show. We've missed you guys. We took a little hiatus. Even though to you guys, it won't feel like a hiatus.
Yeah.
We're recording and like dropping this steadily, but little hiatus. And so I think they can tell from the hair change. Like our black girls are able to tell. Like
They will actually. Like many things change. I mean, even the background is not the same.
That's true. That is true. We are not in
It's not the same.
Okay. So tell people, sis, like what have you been up to?
Oh, Jesus. He's good all the time. The Lord is good. I will start by that. What have I been up to? So, guys, I kind of lost my job. I signed a contract and it got canceled 2 days before I had to start. Then it was so overwhelming that I decided to go to Cameroon. I went back to my parents' house I went home, and trust me, it was so nice. But then I was sick for like 2 weeks, but by God's grace, everything is fine. I came back to France 2 weeks ago, and I'm back on the research market for a job. At the same time, I'm doing my meditation, yoga, working out, working on this podcast with my sister, trying to get new ideas, how we can, send the beautiful messages, read you guys, and empower ourselves, and there's also a lot of work I'm doing on my own, especially like with the mind, because it's not easy to navigate this life. So apart from that, I'm healthy, I'm enjoy, I have my family, I have my sister with me, so it's all good, everything is popping. I'm just grateful. What about you, sis?
Ooh, what have I been up to? Oh my gosh. So I came back from Nigeria, so I've been home. The kids are still traveling, so it's been a very good... I've used this time as like a spiritual awakening.
Ooh, nice.
We'll get into that. I think is one of the podcasts we talked about.
Exactly.
But it's been good. It's really been good. It has had its moments because we get busy. Like when you're a mom, you're always something to someone.
Yeah.
Just be me for me for that extended period of time has been really healing. And also eye-opening. So, yeah. But I'm good. We are here. We're doing well. We are thriving. Edges are trying to come back together. We are here. Listen, we are here. I'm excited that we are back. And
yes.
Today's episode. So should we jump right into today's episode?
Yeah, I mean, all of this is beautiful because it actually goes through our theme of today, which is like the importance of renewal. Yeah, the importance of renewal. So, sis, I'm gonna ask you, like, what do you understand by renewal, and how do you feel like it's important for someone?
So, I think for me, when I think of renewal, I think of like a few things.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing is burnout. I was listening to Jackie Aina, who is a YouTuber, and she was talking
Mm.
about, she's been a YouTuber for 15 years, and she said that in 2021, she experienced burnout, and that when she used to hear people talk about burnout, like creative, she's like, you're burnt out from what? From turning on the camera? Like, what are you? It's not like the camera breaks. Like, it's not. Let's
Yes.
level set. And then she said
Yeah.
she didn't realize until like it happened to her that like, oh, like it's a real thing. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think when we're talking about renewal, it's like, what are we even renewing? What needs? You know what I mean? Like even
Mm.
that question of like, is it selfish to think of this whole renewal thing? Is there something to renew? Is it something that
Mm-hmm.
you get to do? Do you need to hit rock bottom to do it? Like it's all these questions that I think for me, as somebody who is so like type A and always thinking through like what's next? What's next?
Yes, you don't
What's
take a
next?
break.
What's next?
Mm.
I don't even know. And so the idea of renewal, I realized a few years back that like if I had to plan these grandiose like vacations and things like that to
Mm-hmm.
renew myself, it becomes very expensive and you don't always get to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to wonder, like, what does it look like to renew myself on a daily basis? What does that even look like on a daily basis? And so I do those things. Like, I feel like I have a good maintenance renewal kind of thing, right? Like, where I maintain a good level of, like, for my mind. But
Yes.
there's a difference between maintenance and healing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it's two different
Mm-hmm.
things. And so I think that what has happened for me now, it's not even not just like renewal, it's like healing. Because to me, maintenance is like status quo. Like, okay, I just don't want to hit rock bottom. I still want to just be productive, but I don't want to, it doesn't mean that you are dealing with.
Mm.
So in this season, I have found myself dealing with, like
Oh,
looking
wow.
deep. So not just like, oh, you need to meditate so that you can function today. But it's like,
Mm.
what does it look like to be happy, to be healed,
Mm.
to be
Mm-hmm.
whole? That's
Mm-hmm.
the journey I feel like since I've gotten back that I've embarked.
Oh, wow. I love it. And I mean, oh, for me, I mean, I'm definitely going to share the same thing with you, and I think before starting recording, we were like having this little discussion where I was telling her that I had to shut down everything yesterday because I went through the stage where I was like, okay, what next? Everything is working as I wish it was working, but I still felt like this rage in me that was manifesting like through sadness, through depression, through anger. And that's when I also realized that, oh, it's important for me right now to shut down everything and try to understand what is wrong and what needs to be renewed. And I had to do it from midnight to 2 a.m. But guess what? I'm here today. So I totally agree with you that sometimes we need to take a break because that's kind of burnout. A burnout doesn't mean that things are not working. Sometimes things are really working out very well, but you're burning out because you're so excited about like what next, what next. This is so perfect. Like, why is it just working? What there's something, and you need to take a moment back and be like, okay, let me try and renew myself. Let me try and renew my mind. Maybe it's my emotion. Maybe my main objective was not, you know, something that I really did desire. And now that I'm seeing the result, I'm more frustrated than being happy. I don't know if you kind of get what I'm saying. I know it's a little bit controversial, but what I'm trying to say is renewing yourself doesn't necessarily means that you have to be in a state of like, oh, I'm super devastated, or maybe I'm not having a job, or maybe my husband is normal with me. It can be also because you're going from, steps to step. You're just like, rising and rising and rising. And at one point, you're on the top and you just feel like you're about to fall. And that's also a moment where you need to take a step back and actually renew yourself, go back in the past and be like, oh, maybe I didn't heal here. And that's where I need to heal. I need to renew my heart. I need to renew my mind. I need to renew my objective. I need to renew my journey. you know. So this is how I'm saying it, but it's I also like the way you actually, express yourself and how it has been for you. Um,
No, I like
so
that. I like what you
yeah.
said, sis, because like what you're talking about, from how I'm hearing it, is like
Mm-hmm.
it's not just because you're going downhill that you need renewal. Sometimes even if you're going
Mm-hmm.
uphill and things are going well, it
Mm.
might trigger things in you. It might, because a lot of
Yes.
the time for some of us, the pursuit is hiding something. Some of us are
Yes.
running from something, running away from something versus running towards something, and there's a difference and there's a nuance. And
Exactly.
so for those of us that might be trying to run away from something, it's almost like you can never reach the place because you are running away from
Mm-hmm.
something. And for people that are
Exactly.
running towards something, it's not because things are bad. They're just at a place where,
Exactly.
oh, there's a next step, right? Versus like I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
run away from the voices. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to prove that
Mm-hmm.
I have a chip on my shoulder. And so I agree with you that it can be dangerous then, because when you hit that goal, like maybe you thought, oh, a job will give me
Hmm.
satisfaction, and then you get the job, and everybody, and a lot of athletes talk about this, like where the Olympics just wrapped up, and so a lot of them talk about like the depression after the Olympics, because your whole life
Yeah.
was doing this thing. That was your identity. That's what you thought would
Exactly.
bring you all the things, and then when it
Mm.
happens, you are like, okay, now what? Who am I outside of the things? It's almost like
Yes.
it's all, and I think we are all on this climb where we think something outside of ourselves will bring us joy. A
Mm.
relationship, a friendship, if I had different parents, if I had more money, if I travel, if I have more clothes, whatever it is, right? We line up all these
Mm-hmm.
things, and then you're right. There's something about achieving those things and still feeling empty that really can cause you depression or anxiety, or like
Yes.
where you're
Definitely.
like, what the heck? Excuse my
Yes. And
French.
then you start like experiencing like this loneliness that you don't even understand where it's coming from. And it's so funny because I wrote to a friend yesterday when I was going through this, and I was like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. She was like, what are you talking about? Like, sis, I am feeling gratitude and sadness at the same time. This is something so new to me. And that's where I actually felt like I'm actually renewing something in me. I'm accepting this emotion. I'm accepting that, okay, maybe it's a time for me to change my journey. Maybe the journey I had at the beginning had to lead me to this place in order for me to renew something deeper in me. This was like the most beautiful thing that happened to me. Though I was sad, but then I felt gratitude out of it. And that was like the whole beauty. But we'll come to that, which just goes with like, and that I would like to ask you like the process that you can actually use, or let's say process and strategies that you use in order to renew yourself going through a situation. It can be in happiness, it can be in sadness. So what are those that you actually use?
I think for me, um, the thing that I'm working through. I mean, I do have the healthy, like, I have a very strong morning routine with meditation
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
writing and exercising. I'm in my exercise bag in this at this moment. Okay, and so like, and then my vitamins, and that's like the process I've gone through in the last, I'll say 30 days. Let's call it 30 days. Has
Yes.
been optimizing my health, and so that I can have the energy, because I always felt tired, and so that I can have the energy to then do the other things, to even deal, because sometimes we don't talk about the fact that to even deal with the emotional stuff, it takes a lot of energy.
Mm.
And so
Mm.
sometimes people don't deal because they're like, the only I'm barely going through the day. Like, I'm exhausted. I don't have room for emotions and all these other things. I'm just trying to make do. I'm just trying to like be. And so the process I've been on has really been on like, okay, what's my vitamin game? What am I eating and why am I eating? Like, what are the things that I need? You know what I
Mm.
mean? To
Mm-hmm.
optimize. So it's been really about like optimizing myself. And that has opened up the room, I think, because now those things have been kind of, they are where they need to be, I think. Now it has opened the room to like, okay, so wait, so it's not your diet, it's not the vitamins, it's not,
Mm.
okay, now we have room to deal with like, okay, so maybe there's, what are the emotional things, what is the anxiety then about if it's not these things? So for me, it's been like peeling the layers, because I tell people like, if your house is on fire, it's not the time to sit in the middle of the fire and say, I wonder how I feel in this moment. Like, your house is on fire. You need to get out of there, right? I feel like for a
First
lot of us,
thing.
we are in
Yeah.
this flight or fight mode of like just like it's like survival. And so when you are surviving,
Mm,
you don't have time to start thinking about your feelings. I think it's such a luxury
mm,
to
mm.
like that is afforded to people that have their basic needs sorted out.
Yes, that's true.
And so taking care of kind of like those things and getting them out of the way has brought me to a place now where it's like, okay, let's talk about like the real thing then that's going on.
Mm.
And again, also because I don't have the kids around, so I know like the moms that are listening and don't necessarily, if you have a brand new baby, sis, like you're not sleeping at night, like this conversation that we are having, it sounded like y'all, please, y'all, I just need an hour to sleep. I don't give a crap about anything. Like I just need to sleep. And so I
Yes.
also understand, right, the position that we get to. What we're talking about is like, especially as Black people, healing and thinking through the conversation we are just having. It's a privilege. It's a thing that we get to do now, right? Like I
Mm,
just want to level set with that. That there are people that are just trying to get out of their house that's burning. That's it.
mm,
They're just trying to get out of their house that's burning alive, right? And
mm-hmm,
so
mm,
meditating when, exercising how,
mm.
and so, but also I think accepting that, well, my house is on fire. You know what I mean? Like my house is on fire. The things that I want to accomplish are things that I would like to do, but it won't change. My house is not on fire. So I get to then, because my house is not on fire, during this season, to work on the real stuff.
Oh, wow.
So
Mm,
that's kind of where I am now. It's working on the
mm.
real stuff. And for me, it's seeing myself separately from not attaching my value for what I can do. Like I feel like
Oh, wow.
my value is so attached to like I'm a mom, I'm a business coach, I help my clients, I'm a good sister, like to all the roles that I
You're a
play.
wife.
I'm a wife, right? Like so my identity is so wrapped up and I got married I was 21. I've been
Oh, yeah,
rejoicing since
that's
I was
true.
20, right? Like
Oh,
so
wow.
my identity is so wrapped up in being somebody's wife, being somebody's mother. My son is 16, like being somebody's mom, that who am I outside of that, and what happened when I feel like I'm failing at those roles? Does that make me a failure? So like it's
Oh,
like
wow.
on this, like it's those are the layers that I'm peeling. Like it's like an onion. So I don't have the answer. I'm working through it as we speak.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I feel like you gave an answer, which is like renewing is about the process. That's why I asked you, like, what is your process? It's a process. It's not something that necessarily has to be defined. It's just something where you acknowledge that, oh, in this part, or like you said, in this season, there's maybe something that needs to be changed. Maybe I'm no more feeling like I used to be like 30 days ago. So what can I do? Then you go into like an introspection. You start looking everything, every layers, as you said, of your life. And you're like, okay, maybe I can renew this part. And renewing like, maybe let me try this thing. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to find a new voice. Maybe it's going to give me like a different vision to be a better mom, to be a better wife, to actually mostly like understand myself, because we all change. Like you cannot be the Sandra that you were like when you were 21 years old, or you can be Ethan's mom that you were when he was like 4 years old. It's not the same thing. The way you're talking to him today, he's like 16 years old. It's no more the same. He's a teenager. And this is what is so beautiful, is to understand that there's no perfect way to renew yourself. There's no. Girls, I hope you're listening to this. I'm not I'm not a therapist or a doctor, but from what I have been experiencing personally, and from what my sister is saying, and from what I've been reading around, there's not a specific way for you to become the better version of yourself, for you to renew your ideas, your identity. For example, I would say me, I'm in a season where I'm most like into a creativity mode. Like I'm painting, guys. I'm doing the yes. I'm by the end of this out. That's right. I didn't tell you, sis.
I didn't know that.
I will show you. I did 2 paintings. So I paint twice a week. It takes me like 5 to 6 hours, but guess
Wow.
what? I get to be in my thoughts. I am disconnected. I'm not on the phone. I have all my imagination that come in. I have conversation with myself. I have conversation with
Beautiful.
God. I will sometimes like stand up. I will dance. Then I'll be like, oh, I enjoy this. And I also like started doing a lot of bike. I was
Yes.
already exercising, but I'm using in what I'm doing is because I am a control freak, especially when it has to do with my house. I really love
Okay.
organizing. So in renewing my stuff, I was like, if I am good, in, taking care of my house, let me try and do it like in renewing myself. That's the same energy that I'm using to do my house. I'm using it in my paintings. I'm using it when I'm trying to record, when I'm writing my journals about all my researches. And I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know I had that in me.
That's beautiful.
And it's bringing me to another version. And that's what I'm saying. Like this renewal, I now look at myself like 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago. I'm like, girl, you ain't the same person anymore. It's not the same conversation. It's not the same mindset,
Hmm.
but I'm still Manuela. I'm still Manuela. I'm still Sandra's sister. I'm still a daughter. I'm still a friend. And I'm still me, but I'm just
Evolving.
renewing. Yeah, we're evolving. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's true, like I'm living alone. Okay. Compared to my sister, I'm not married. I don't have kids. I'm not a business coach. I don't have clients. So it's sometimes difficult, and I understand that, to go through all this process by yourself, but it's still a greater experience because when you're going through it, you get to talk to other people. You get to tell them that even if you're alone, you can do it, you know?
Hmm.
So yeah.
That's beautiful. I love what you said about giving yourself permission to discover different part of who you are and the things that you love, and painting is free. Like a lot of the things I think, and that's kind of what we're talking about, what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where it's like people think of renewal, self-care as these big events,
Yeah.
but like what does it look like if you can incorporate it? Like I don't like working out, but I like dancing. And so
Mm-hmm.
now I've added dancing to my
Oh,
workout. Like I do the
nice.
Afrobeat dance stuff, and
Okay,
it's like
girl.
a whole vibe for me. I love
Mm.
swimming. I love swimming, and
Mm.
so swimming now is a thing. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Like finding things that I think for me, the challenge, and I'm looking forward to a year from now having the same conversation. But the thing that I'm working through is doing things not because it's going to make me more productive. Like to your point,
Mm.
painting not because it's a business, not because you are trying to launch it as a thing, not because you are
Yes.
trying to like. I think
Yes.
everything now is so like, how do I monetize? How do I what?
Exactly. Oh,
And so I
wow.
love like
Mm.
having something that you will not monetize, something that is for you. Like you're
Exactly.
not cooking because sometimes like sometimes the things that you do become a chore because it's like, yeah, I used to love cooking, but now I'm cooking because I have to. So I've
Yes.
lost the passion for it. So I love the idea of you
Mm-hmm.
doing something not
Mm-hmm.
because you have to, not because you want to be fit, not because no, like there's no benefit to painting except for the fact that it brings you joy. And I think
Exactly.
that's such a powerful thing that I encourage everybody listening to start
Mm.
exploring, like the things that bring joy for
Yes.
us, because
Yes.
it carries you.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. And guess what? You don't need to be good at it. Okay.
Yes.
And there's a saying that say, the more you practice, the more you get good at it. Everyone can do everything. But anyway, this is a subject for another day.
That's
But
true.
I totally agree with my sister. Try, it can be like the smallest thing. It can be reading. It can even be sleeping, guys.
Oh,
If you're
sleeping
somewhere,
important. That's a
sleeping is
whole
important.
podcast
It's
on its
important. And
own.
trust
Sleeping
me,
is
uh,
key.
it is. And I have been doing this meditation around sleeping. It's like a 20 minutes meditation. I'm going to put in the link for those that it can help. But those that have difficulty sleeping at night, this is a good exercise, guys. It helps you to disconnect yourself. Everything that helps you to actually Because I feel like our life, just as my sister said, just because, we are always trying to make money, everything we're doing, we're like, oh, maybe it's going to be a business. It's going to be a business.
So it's in our blood. Like,
Yes, exactly.
it's in our blood. So my dad is the same. Like, you would think with all the things my dad listen, start a business now. Since you remember when he was trying to be a partner for our other sister Nanny, business, like, there's no, what do you mean? Like, if he gets on this podcast and there's like people listening, he'll be like,
He's like, wait. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can add this.
En fait, comment? Non, je peux être très besoin de quoi? Un microphone. So, like, we grew up very much, it's in our blood, entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Like, always figuring out, like, how do you monetize? I'm trying to get my sister to, and we'll have to talk about organization on the next podcast.
Yes, that's true.
I'll tell you all more about that next. But, because I'm keeping an eye on our time, and I want to make sure we get everything in. But there's this trend that's going crazy right now online, on TikTok specifically, and I think it's everywhere now, which is the demure, where you're like, do you see how I'm recording this podcast with my sister? Very demure, very mindful. Have you heard of this, sis? No. Have you seen this online? You've not?
Girl, no.
Crazy. Like, people are doing it for everything. Very demure, very mindful, very, very cutesy. It's literally everywhere. So I wanted to
Is it on TikTok?
It's all over TikTok, all over social media.
Okay, I understand.
And I wanted to ask the people, like, what do you think of that trend? And I'm super curious about, by the time they're listening to this, like, is the trend still alive? It's so funny because I was talking to my son, Ethan, and I was saying something, and then I was like, Ethan, do you see how I'm having this conversation with you? Very mindful, very cutesy, very demure. He was like, no. He's like, Mom, you are not one of those. Please, I'm going to act like I didn't hear you. You are not one of the very mindful, very demure. They get so embarrassed. Like, Ethan gets so embarrassed when I'm in the know. I don't know how old he thinks I am. And, like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
You're young.
I'm like, excuse you. What you talking about? See, but I feel
Please.
like every kid feel like their parent is old. Like, I always felt that way about Dad.
Yeah, but you know,
how old?
But the thing is I feel like Ethan's generation and your generation and mine are so different. I feel like I'm kind of a little bit falling in the same generation like you, because we kind of knew like hip-hop. Like, it's the same trend, But Ethan's generation is But Ethan's generation is so different. It's not the same thing. So maybe that's why he feels like you're old. You're old guy.
He feels like. And I was like, no, I can be very cutesy and very mindful. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. That's your business, because I can be. Do you have the letter? Are you able to pull it up?
Yeah, we do. So, okay. So we go with our listener of the day. So her name is Julia. So here we go. Dear Sandra and Manuela, my name is Julia. I am 32 years old. I am an avid listener of Haces, finding each episode a source of inspiration and reflection. I was particularly excited to learn about your upcoming discussion on the importance of renewal. This topic feels incredibly timely for me, as I am currently navigating a significant period of personal renewal. Over the past year, I have been trying to transform my lifestyle to embrace healthier habits, both mentally and physically. I left a high stress job, started practicing yoga, and began a journey towards eating cleaner and living a more mindful existence. Despite these changes, I sometimes find myself falling back into old patterns, especially during times of stress and disruption. This journey has led me to explore what renewal really means and how it can be sustained over time. I am reaching out to gain insight into how to effectively embrace and maintain renewal in one's lives. How do you both approach the renewal of habits, thoughts, and lifestyle? What strategies do you find effective for keeping yourself aligned with new patterns without slipping back into old ones? Additionally, how do you handle the moments of setback or discouragement that often comes with attempts to change? Thank you for addressing such a profound topic. I am looking forward to hearing your thoughts and applying your advice to my ongoing journey of personal transformation. Warm regards, Julia. Oh, this is so cute.
I think a message. You want to go first, or should I go?
You can go first.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Julia, first of all, for listening. Hey, girl. Hey, sis. So, wow, what a journey you've been on. That's like
Mm,
so powerful to walk away from a high-paying job and go on this journey. Like, that's really beautiful, and I want to just say kudo. Um,
good job,
having
girl.
right, having setback is part of the journey. Um, it's part of the journey. Period. So one thing that I do recently that has been so helpful. I heard actually Sarah Jake say it, so I want to give her credit for this. And she said she does this, and I now do this. Is inviting her 8-year-old self or her younger self into her house, like literally saying to her, like taking time, like maybe when you're painting, sis, or like when a time where you're just kind of like quiet and like inviting. So I have a picture of me when I was 8 around here, and like literally I would just like hold the picture and like walk her around the house, like walk her around my life, like, hey, listen, Sandra, can you imagine we have a book coming out, and like we're a mom now, we're a good mom, and we have like a podcast with our sister. Like the 8-year-old me is so in awe, right? Like even in like when I'm like, oh, I've messed up, I'm not doing well, like she's so in awe of like she's in awe of not the things, not of the third book, like she's in awe that like I didn't give up after failing 6th grade. She's in awe that like I learned a new language. Like she's just in awe of the little things, not the big things. And so like I can probably imagine that your 8-year-old self will be so in awe of you, like walking away from a job that everybody thinks like it's goal, just you making that transition. I think that has been a game changer for me because people's expectations are always like, like it's so funny. When I had my first child, they were like, "Oh, when are you having the second one?" I had the second one. When are you having the third one? I think even Simone Biles, she was saying, she was complaining about this. Like she won the Olympics yesterday. People are like, "Oh, what's next? Are you going to run again? What are you doing next?" It's like humans, adult, are always pushing the goalposts like of success. It's you think it's this, and you get to this is the next thing. It's the next thing.
That's true.
But your 8-year-old self understands the real challenge and like the things that the people don't know. Like my 8-year-old self can't even believe I have my full brain, like that I'm sane. Like this is the thing that like she's like, the fact that you mean you didn't lose your mind? You mean like with everything we went through, you smiling? And so her perspective is the one that I lean on days that my adult self believes the hype, believes what I've said that I wanted, believes this thing, oh, I'm here to change the world, and I'm here. My ears was like, no, we here to just like try to make it till 9. We made it till like 30 something. Are you kidding? We're alive. That perspective really, really helps me anchor me and just remind me of like the journey and the things that matter. So that's what I will encourage you to welcome and bring, and hopefully it does as much healing to you as it has to me.
Oh
That would be
wow.
my suggestion.
I love how you put it. So I think I'm mostly going to respond about the part where she say, how do we overcome during times of discouragement? Because I feel like this is something I have been really experiencing the most. I would say what I usually do is I don't vent. First of all, this is something I used to do. I will not vent. I will cry. I'll cry out to God. Again, I told you guys, I'm a strong believer, okay? I will cry out to God. And when I'm saying crying, I will weep as if, maybe I even lost my mom or even my child. That's how I'm going to cry. I'm going to pour everything out. I will say everything that's in me, because when you're in discouragement, you feel like you're a failure. So I will shout it out like, God, I feel like a failure. I feel like none of this thing is working. I'm tired. I don't think I can do it. And it can take 30 minutes. The thing is, I give myself a time for that. So I never go beyond 1 hour of, crying out to God. I don't. Once it's done, then I'll be like, okay, what can I now do to be out of this discouragement path? Now that I have validated all those emotions, I know this is where I am weak. What can I do? So I will grab this, which is a gratitude journal I bought like few weeks ago, and I will go back to like the past few days of what I was gratitude about, the victories I had, and the positive thoughts I gave myself in order to handle my day of tomorrow. And from there, I'll be like, wow, look at what you did. Regardless of the fact that you feel like you are a failure, you still were able to be disciplined. You were committed and you did everything you had to do. Then I'll be like, okay, God, thank you. Thank you for showing me that I still got it in me. It's okay for me to feel discouraged because I'm human. Okay. I'm human. I cannot be on the top all the time. Nope. And after that, I will ask God, please send me someone to whom I'll be able to talk to. And usually that person is my sister over here. The things like she's not always available. That's why I say I'm not immediately call her. But after I have gone through all of those things, I did my little therapy. I spoke with God. I went into my gratitude journal. I look at all the things that I have accomplished like for the past few days or the past few weeks. Then I'll be like, okay, now I'm good. Then I'll call my sister and I'll discuss with her. I'll literally have a conversation. And everything she'll be saying are going to be confirmations of what was deeper in me. And she's going to show me a bigger picture. It's crazy because I always say I look up to her a lot because she's able to verbalize or vocalize everything that is in me that I didn't have the courage to bring it out. So I would say my moment of discouragement is going to my sister, and it's okay. It doesn't mean I rely 100% on her, but I know that she can be like this open door for me to get out of there and step in the next season. So I would say, Julia, you should find something like this, either a picture of you when you were 8 years old, either someone to whom you can talk, or take a moment to accept that, oh, I'm discouraged. But guess what? I will cry and I will go back to it. And I'm going to be 100% better than what I thought I could be. So that's how I do with it. And hopefully it's going to help. But what I want to tell you is every day we're renewing. Every day is a new invention. This technique I'm using today is not the same I was using like months ago. Let me be honest. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, listen, guys. Thank you, sis. That was really good. Really, really good advice.
Thank you.
Guys, I want to say thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Share it with a friend. And we really appreciate y'all. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, sis.
Bye.